I'm going to be talking to you today about how we use music to help people who have had a brain injury or a stroke and have problems communicating. So the first slide I want to show you, though, because I don't know if you guys have been able to see, especially, well, you guys from Sam, of course, but this is a picture of Houston. So on a very pretty day, it's a very pretty day. I don't think that there was one. So that was it, and they got a picture of it. And then the next picture is actually Tier Memorial Herman, where Megan and I do our work. So that's pretty. Megan and I work in a rehabilitation hospital. We work in what is called acute rehabilitation, which means the patients have gone to the emergency room, been admitted into the hospital, and then when they're stable, meaning there's nothing life, like they're not about to pass away, then they come to TIER, which is rehabilitation. And so these patients, do you want to? Okay. Okay.
Elle vient de dire qu'en fait, Megan et elle travaillent à Tierman et c'est un hôpital de rééducation et les patients sont admis quand ils ont été en urgence et elle s'occupe d'eux à partir du moment où leur état est stable.
So these are the type of patients that we treat. We treat patients that have had traumatic brain injury, stroke, spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, any other type of neurologic or neurodegenerative disease. We will see them at the
Donc les patients qui traitent là-bas sont ceux qui ont des problèmes cérébraux, des AVC, des lésions dans la moelle épinière, la sclérose en plaques, la maladie de Parkinson et d'autres maladies neurologiques et neuromusculaires.
So this is just a general slide that shows how our patients have gotten their brain injury. And you can see the vast majority of them are because of falls.
Donc cette présentation montre un peu les différentes façons dont les patients ont des lésions cérébrales et la majorité d'entre eux c'est parce qu'ils tombent.
And why do you guys think that might be? Have any ideas? Older patients. Patients who might already have something like Parkinson's and have had a fall and get a brain injury on top of that.
Donc en général ça arrive aux personnes âgées. On a aussi à celui qui a un maladie de Parkinson qui tombe et qui du coup ont aussi un...
Right. So then the next area whatever. This is the fourth time. So the 21% might be from heart attacks and patients who have had anoxic injuries because of heart attack or maybe drug overdose.
D'accord, donc la partie qui est des 21%, c'est quand ils ont des crises cardiaques ou des choses comme ça.
And then of course, motor vehicle accidents is what we all know that leads, to brain injury.
Et quand ils ont aussi des accidents de voiture.
So, the rest of those, whatever. So just a number to let you guys kind of see how many patients we potentially have in the United States. In brain injury, 52,000 of those patients pass away. 275,000 become rehab patients. And then over 1 million are just treated in the emergency room and sent home.
Donc là, on voit la totalité des patients aux États-Unis qui sont traités. Donc 52 000 d'entre eux meurent, 275 000 sont hospitalisés et 1 365 000 et sont aussi ramenés chez eux après avoir été...
Yearly, annually in the United States.
Donc c'est chaque année.
And this was a couple years ago. It might be up or down.
Ça change un peu.
Of those, 3,000 are children between 0 and 14. 37,000, well, die. 37,000 end up our patients, 0 to 14, and then 435 are just sent home in emergency.
Donc là, on voit aussi qu'au niveau des enfants entre 0 et 14 ans, le nombre d'abord de morts, d'hospitalisés, de ceux qui sont emmenés en société.
And I show you this slide just to show you how many potential patients that we have. I'm going to trip and fall. 275,000, those are the patients we get. 37,000 of that, that's the patients that we see. So that is a very large number, right?
Donc les patients qu'on vous avez vu, là, vous l'avez montré, c'est ce nombre de patients-là que nous, les psychothérapeutes, on peut traiter. Donc,
you all know the functions of the brain. I'm not going over it again. Oh, no. Y'all especially know, you students here in France, so I'm not, no. So here's where I want to go. So when we see our patients in the United States, and especially us here, we see them as a team. We don't all go in their room at the same time, but we do coordinate our care with each other and with the patient. So the patient is also part of our team. And these are all the disciplines involved in our patient care.
Donc à l'hôpital TIR, on considère le patient et toute l'équipe médicale comme une seule équipe et voici toutes les disciplines qui sont mises ensemble en fait, pour traiter le patient.
One that you might not recognize would be case manager. And for us, that is the person who coordinates the payment between the family and the insurance company and the hospital.
Donc c'est comme un trésorier en fait, celui qui gère l'argent entre la famille et l'hôpital.
We want our patients to be able to get the most from their money and their insurance. So that's why that case manager is there coordinating with the insurance.
C'est pour que le patient ait plus de distance en fait avec tout ce qui est financier.
Is there any other discipline up there that someone doesn't recognize? C'est bon? Okay. Okay. So this is a picture of Colorado State University. Very pretty, isn't it? Yes. We all want to live there. No, we don't. No. So I just like to tell you guys that the things that we are bringing to you today, these techniques, they are nothing new in the world of music therapy. Every music therapist out there knows how to use music with their patients and what works and what doesn't. What Dr. Tout has done is just put them in categories and made them more standard so that we do have something that we can communicate, a standardization within the music therapy organization.
Donc elle juste dit que en musicothérapie, tous les musicothérapeutes savent à peu près ce qu'ils doivent faire et quelle est la relation qu'ils ont avec leurs patients, ce qu'ils font avec eux. Mais le docteur Tau a catégorisé en fait plusieurs façons de faire. Voilà.
And he's also collected and actually done research to give us a good foundation so that we know that the techniques that we are using are evidence-based practice. Okay, so Dr. Tout has collected and done research that has helped to support these techniques.
D'accord. Donc le docteur Tau a fait des recherches pour qu'on puisse savoir un petit peu comment mettre en place ces techniques.
So that being said, let's start with the first one. This is just a pretty picture. Can I just tell you guys just really quickly that this picture was taken in the Texas Hill Country, which for you guys who don't know, and it was taken in April because of the bluebonnets. That's when they bloomed. It is very not cold in the Hill Country in April.
Là, c'est une photo qui a été prise dans une région du Texas qui n'est pas dans cette photo.
These bluebonnets, flowers,
Ce sont des fleurs qui fleurissent en avril.
they bloom in April. It's our state flower. But it's not cold. So this day that it snowed, it was amazing. So I love that picture. It's like, oh. Okay. Just going to clarify a few terms. You guys know what neuroplasticity is? Aphasia. Oh, okay. Apraxia.
Yes.
Dysarthria. Dysarthria is a weakness in the oral motor musculature. Weak muscles right here.
D'accord, donc la dysarthrie, c'est un problème en fait, musculaire autour de la bouche.
After a brain injury or a stroke, these muscles often become very weak and the patient talks like dysarthria.
Donc après une lésion cérébrale ou un accident cardiovasculaire, ces muscles-là deviennent très mous et du coup la mâchoire du patient commence à tomber.
Weak.
Des problèmes.
Ouais, des problèmes particuliers.
Everyone knows where Broca's area is, correct? Oh, Warnke's area. So, when you hear it goes in to Broca's, then out. So, Warnke's is understanding, and Broca's is
Express.
speaking. Yes.
Donc, vous savez, là c'est l'air de Wernicke et l'air de Broca. L'air de Wernicke permet de recevoir les sons et l'air de Broca permet de les s'exprimer, les restituer. Donc voilà, ça passe d'abord sur Wernicke, ensuite l'air de Broca.
Perfect. Oh, I'm going to go too far. So the first technique that I want to talk to you about is called moose-stim. Musical speech stimulation.
La première technique, c'est la stimulation musicale du discours.
When we use music that is very, very familiar, it can create an automatic verbal response. If you remember yesterday, I was talking about how familiar music is processed in the left hemisphere as well. That helps.
Donc,
But, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Donc, quand on utilise une musique très familière pour le patient, ça produit quelque chose d'assez fort. Ouais, ça a de reconstituer. Et on a vu un peu hier l'effet que ça avait sur un patient.
But also, music that is very familiar has been overlearned and has a lot of memories attached to it. So that when you hear the song, you're activating the memory association, you're activating all of that deeply, like, overlearned memory. So it is easier to sing with that song.
Donc, avec